Why do I feel shitty all the time? Starter pack. Ultra processed foods. Zero exercise. Sitting all day. Poor posture. Too much caffeine. Sun and nature deprived. Crappy sleep. Social media.
Why you gotta call me out like that, Max?
Dude, that's so funny that you say that. A lot of people were like, I feel seen, but also fuck you.
Yeah, right.
That's good. Well, let's expand on these things.
No, that's great. Yeah.
We often feel crappy because of ultra-processed foods. I mean, I think that's the reason it's the first thing on your list. And we've spent this maximal episode talking about avoiding a lot of these processed foods and refined oils and packaged foods and the center of the supermarket, etc. Is there anything else to add here? The sitting all day, that's a big one. We're a sedentary culture. In fact, we had Aaron Alexander, who you've had on your podcast too. We had him on the podcast last week, and he was talking about movement and just doing some basic things to get us moving again. The poor posture, the too much caffeine. Now, in my corporate days, I was the king. I probably had 20 cups of coffee a day, Max.
I do remember you always drinking coffee. Yeah.
It was bad. Yeah. And so, yes, I felt like crap all the time because I was following your checklist.
You were following it.
You were following the wrong checklist.
I misread it. I thought it said how to feel great.
You thought it was opposite day. Opposite day, yeah. No, it's a big problem. I mean, too much caffeine is something that like I have in the past struggled with, and now I brought caffeine back at the minimal effective dose, which I think is really great. Because when you're dependent on caffeine, you're not actually experiencing performance levels above your baseline. When you drink caffeine, you're treating your withdrawal from caffeine, and so you're just trying to get back to your baseline levels of performance.
And so that's like 1 to 2 cups for you a day?
I try to do one. I do 1 cup a day.
Okay.
And in that cup, I discovered at Whole Foods actually that you can buy half calf coffee.
You can at Bandit as well now.
Can you?
Right. Yeah, we started doing half calf. Although my wife does like 98% decaf. With the Bandit has the best decaf coffee there is. In fact, if we have some, I'll give it to you.
Amazing. Yeah, I like decaf.
It's a natural process. It's delicious. Great. But then Bex, so she'll do 18 grams. My wife will do 18 grams of decaf and 2 grams of caffeinated in the morning.
That's cool,
yeah. And it works really well for her. So you found what is optimal for you, about half calf?
Yeah, because the thing is, caffeine doesn't create energy from thin air. You're taking a loan out on your energy levels, on later's energy levels, and you're going to repay that loan back.
Yes.
So obviously this is a less pronounced feeling with less caffeine. So for me, I took it out for a month. Sometimes I'll go even longer, and I feel really great without caffeine after a certain period of time. And then when I try that cup of coffee, I have that insane euphoric rush that we all probably experienced with our first cup of coffee.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, wow, this is like, it makes me realize it makes me fall back in love with coffee and respect it as the drug that it is. I'm like, wow, this is a really powerful drug, which you don't experience when you're drinking it first thing in the morning every day.
Right.
So, yeah. But that being said, I think, caffeine, too much coffee does make a lot of people feel crappy. But I do love coffee. So it's about like respecting that relationship.
Yeah. That's a huge takeaway for me. I didn't, because I thought caffeine was the drug that in your body uses that caffeine for energy. But what you're saying is that you're basically, borrowing that future energy. That's a pretty key piece. Right there.
I mean, we don't feel tired and shitty because of a caffeine deficit. Right. Nobody has a caffeine deficit.
Fair enough.
The Maasai aren't over there in Africa like, I'd feel better today if we just had access to more caffeine.
Right.
Did you enjoy this standalone Patreon highlight? If so, you can listen to full episodes of the Minimalist Private Podcast, available exclusively on Patreon. Visit patreon.com/theminimalists or click the link in the description. Your support keeps our podcast and YouTube channel 100% advertisement free.